pull mountains and remove water. Desolate time to sleep. Good brothers, an episode of wilderness building you must rush before bedtime. I hope you can have a good night's sleep after reading it. Today, I guess the old baby's cell phone battery is around 45%, and now it's this pose. Creak if I'm right. If you're not right, let's pretend I was right. Not to mention more, less chatter. Please put your left foot around your neck, and I'm going to jump right into today's bedtime story. In the winter forest, half is the yellow of fallen leaves, half the emerald green of cedar trees. Washabi, carrying a backpack, following the path of the wind, quietly break into this mysterious realm forgotten by the hustle and bustle. In this issue he will live next to mountains, accompanied by plants and trees. In this primeval forest, build an exclusive secret base, away from the distractions of the world. Spend 2 days off the grid in isolation. There's no movement involved. After putting down the backpack, he immediately threw himself into the construction of the shelter. First, clean up the dead branches and rotten leaves that are in the way around. For the next construction, make a clean and tidy clearing, and then we're done. Shabi goes into the forest to gather the building materials. These branches are even in thickness, and it has very good toughness. It would be perfect for a shelter. After the branches are moved back to camp, be patient and clean up the excess branches on the surface, leaving only a smooth and straight trunk. Then you sharpen the roots, and plunge it into the ground. After being bent tied together side by side, you can build the outline of a shelter, and also by controlling the spacing between the branches, to adjust the size of the shelter. It's very convenient. After determining the scale of the shelter's construction, Shabi returns to the forest. Gather the wood needed for construction. The target is a wind-blown fir tree. Hands up and down. Peel off surface branches, leaving only a smooth and straight trunk. After carrying the logs back to the camp, Sabi's planning in his head. Divide the log into the appropriate length. Then, according to the cross-sectional dimensions of the log, transverse sawing trough. Then it is split in half vertically to process the bamboo shoot head, and then we put it back together. The overlapping place is wrapped and tied with wild hemp rope. Turn around when you're done. Dig 2 small holes of suitable depth in front of the shelter. Then the finished frame is buried in the pit. Acts as a door frame. Then backfill the soil into the pit and compact it. Let the door frame stand firm. Wrap a rope around the corner and tie it and fix it. Integrate it into the framework of the shelter. And then Shabi comes down to the stream. Start collecting and building fireplaces, and the stones required for the wall. Priority is given to choosing the right size and flat surface, while facilitating construction. The finished product is also more beautiful. After collecting a sufficient number of stones, Shabi mixed some wild concrete with water and soil. Then mix the soil and stones along the outline of the shelter. Build up the front and back walls. Staggered gaps are required between stones. Smooth the gaps with each layer. In this way the wall will not collapse easily. After the front wall is built, next is the back wall. Due to the large span and lack of stable support, in order not to tilt the wall, so the sand brush first draws a mark on the ground, and then use a big rock as a base. Increase the overall stability of the wall. When the masonry reaches the right height, Shabi will install the pre-made window frames in place, then tied and fixed with the frame to form a hole. After finishing, seal the gaps on both sides tightly, and then the walls are done. And with that progress comes the construction of the fireplace. Shabi clears a clearing by the door, then lay a thick layer of soil. Primer leveling. Up air. Lay flat stones and press lightly. Then the fireplace is built up along the outline. Burning wall. When the masonry reaches the right height, the top is covered with a stone slab as the base of the chimney wall. Then continue to build the chimney upwards, and finally slab the chimney. Prevent strong winds from pouring back and choking smoke indoors, and prevent rainwater debris from falling into the flue. After the fireplace is built, Shabi returns to the forest again. Gather the materials for building the roof, and these parched deserts are undoubtedly the best option. After the logs are moved back to the camp, divide the shelter into appropriate lengths according to the size, and then lay it on top of the shelter. Form a roof. The weather can change. At this time there is light snow falling in the sky. Shabi collected some branches of even thickness, lashing all the logs on the roof together. Prevent it from moving and slipping. Then use soil to seal all the gaps tightly. Make the shelter warmer. After the roof is tightly sealed, Shabili weaves the door of the shelter with branches and chiseled a groove in the door beam. A log was drilled in the middle and sawed off, followed by a log split in half. Finish these. Shabi buried the log with the hole in the door frame. Install the door panel in place. After opening and closing a few times there is no problem. Stuck half of the log on the shaft. Tie firmly with rope. Then seal the gap in the door with soil. Install the door handle again, and then the shelter is built. And in order to be more windproof and warm, Shabika leak repair. Carefully seal the gap with soil. And then the windows are made out of logs. Fix 2 more productions on the window frame. Then the window panel is connected to the fabrication. Install the handle after opening and closing if there is no problem. So a wooden window is done. Turn around and go back to the shelter. NEI first builds the legs of the bed with soil on both sides and down the stake. Then the cut logs are tiled on it. So, a comfortable bed is thus formed. Get up and raise the fire. Smoke soon drifted down the chimney to the outside. It also proves that there is no problem with its practicality at all. Everything settles. Get the backpack. Lay out the mattress. Then I took out the pot and prepared dinner. First an onion. Peel and chop. Pour into the pot. Drizzle with cooking oil. Heat in the fireplace. Followed by diced tomatoes. Sprinkle with salt and pepper to taste. Remove after frying. Break in a few male eggs. When it's done, put it in the fireplace and fry it. That's it. Sprinkle with crushed cheese, then cover with plastic wrap. Concentrate heat. After about 2.5 minutes, this onion, tomato and egg cheese is freshly baked. It's not you, kid, I don't know the rules very well. Don't you know to give the good brothers the first bite to eat first? Wait until you eat 5 full and 6 full. Shabi hollowed out the middle of several oranges. Add some more nuts, wrapped in aluminum paper and grilled in the fireplace. Take it out after baking. Peel off the outer layer. As dessert, lie down after eating. I fell asleep beautifully.